Good morning, my lovers. I am Bella Dutch from Allseeingeyetarot, as well as the Bella Dutch. So I know this is one that you guys been waiting on for a minute. This is going to be part two to the Deadliest catch. I've been working on this, and it took me a while to get here. So forgive me, because I couldn't give you guys the wrong steps. And then you know how God is when it comes down to actually doing something that's in God's will and not in our own will. We would like to rush, but God likes to take his time with things. So, sometimes it takes a minute. It's early as heck here. It's the 21st of April. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to this chair. all these I got all these throw blankets on this chair that I cover up with whenever I'm doing my readings or whatever, but God tends to take a long time whenever we're waiting on a message, or we're waiting on steps, or we're waiting on what we're supposed to do according to his plan. Now, this is part of the Deadliest catch. This is definitely going to be part two. So if you have not watched part one, as well as a lot of people thought that when I went on there the second time that it was part two. Really wasn't part two. It was more so I was more getting in depth of what I was talking about, because I realized that people were thinking that, oh, well, if I don't have a twin flame, then it's not my, it's not my declaration or my decree, so I don't have to do anything. And I needed to emphasize that this is on a global spectrum, so it's not just on, twin flames, but all divine partnerships all over the world, as well as prophets. Okay, now, so earlier in the year, as soon as 2023 hit, a lot of us had dreams. I'm gonna drink my coffee, okay, guys? So, because my throat's jacked up. I've been at war, something serious, okay? When I say I'm at war, I am in spiritual warfare like you would not believe. I'm having a hard time sleeping. The enemy is all over the place in my family, in my home. He's now in my daughter's college dorm, messing with her. So he really doesn't want this message to get to you guys, because if I give you this message and you take these steps, things are going to happen. Things are going to shift into perspective. Earlier in the year, when 2023 first began, a lot of the prophets began to dream. And in this dream, you were told to move to a certain place. Now, everybody's dream is different, and every prophet is different. When I first started this, back when I was about 18 years old, is when my spiritual awakening really took effect. And I woke up as a prophet. I would have dreams. And these dreams would come, at first, it was just like direct. But as the years went on, they started to be more parable-like, where I needed to be able to interpret it. So I'm not going to, question the way that God speaks to you, because he deals with everyone differently. Everybody learns differently. But earlier in the year, you may have had a dream that you're supposed to move towards the south, the central south. Also, a lot of people are screaming Arizona, Texas, Arkansas, towards that middle line going down. I guess it would be like Tornado Alley, straight on down. But a lot of us have had dreams to move to that area. And with the Deadliest catch, I told you guys to get in position. If you have the means to get moving, then you should do so as soon as possible. You shouldn't wait, because things are going to start to get hectic all over the world. Now, not only that, but also while God had woke up the prophets and told them to move because of, what's to come. And I'm not really trying to get into it too much, because I don't need these people trying to come get my ass and trying to figure out, what's God's plan? What does he plan to do with the world? And a lot of prophets, around the world, you have to worry about the government coming to get you, especially if you know the word of God. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the subtle, unflinching word of God in your spirit, meaning that God speaks to you. You'll have to worry about a lot of the government officials trying to make waves or try to own your gift, okay? And I told you, a lot of you seen that happen to me here at Allseeingeyetarot once I started to open up to my deaf analysis and things like that. You seen my channel, my people drop off significantly, and it's still dropping. So I had told you guys, you know, if you eat here, you need to sow here. So if you watch my channel, I definitely told you that you need to Cash App, okay? Cash App, donate, because it keeps the channel going, okay? And it keeps the messages going, and I still mean that, okay? And if you do have a problem with that, then you can exit stage left, and I'm very serious about that, okay? Only because this is very difficult work to do. I'm already fighting with I don't call it the devil, but I fight with negative energy on a consistent basis through my health. I'm being plagued. I'm fighting consistently every day, all day, okay? I have a very difficult life, and the devil know me by name, so he comes after me very frequently. And anybody who is very anointed to be able to preach the gospel, preach the word of God, and to live upright, okay, the devil would know you by name as well. And he'll play around in your house with the people closest to you, with your children, etc. So it's very difficult to get up and to get these messages through to the people and to not get paid for it. Okay, if I could do this shit for free, I probably would. And I have for many years. I have done it for free and just kept my mouth shut. But no more, I will not do that. Okay, I have bills I have to pay here too. I'm not going to be stressed out giving you guys messages and then I can't pay the bills and y'all don't know. Okay, well, you know what? They might not get a message next week because the damn internet will be cut out. We ain't doing that, Linda. So anything will help. Okay, I'm not telling you that you have to, you know, give up all of your money or whatever. No, I'm telling you to be considerate that when you click on this channel, understand that Bella is going through hell and high water to make sure that you get these messages, okay? And I'm not doing it in the greatest spirits. I don't always feel like it, okay? Because maybe I didn't sleep or didn't eat for a week because I'm dealing with Grim Reaper dreams, you know, being molested, raped in my dreams, okay? There's a lot that you guys don't know that I don't tell you guys about, okay? And it's just very difficult to consistently keep at something and to do it with the momentum of putting yourself on the back burner and worrying about everybody else. That's very hard to do, and there's not many people that do that, okay? So definitely hit my Cash App. Also, book you some readings, okay? If you're confused around this time and you need some help, now is the time to definitely book your reading, okay? I'm not going to beg you to sit down to give you information on what you should do as to, you know, what's about to happen all over the world. You're already seeing a lot of pandemics take place as well as recessions that are taking place. So this is not a game, okay? And I feel sorry for the people that can't see. Okay, because those are the ones that's going to have, you know, a harder time, a lot harder of a time. I told you to get close to the closest prophet, and when they run, you run. I'm so serious. People laugh, but I'm serious as all hell. If you can't see yourself, then you better pay attention to what the prophets are doing, okay? Because we're going to be in position, we're going to move, okay? And not everybody is going to be led. I get a lot of people that, you know, they holy rollers, want to be Christians, and they're not really, you know, servants of God. They don't really serve Christ, or, you know, they're lukewarm, one foot in, one foot out. So God really doesn't bother, you know, getting a message to them, you know, and if he does get a message to them, most of the time they're not even listening, you know, they're going off of their own judgment, you know. So I think those are the people that's going to suffer the worst. Anyway, back to this. So I had been, I've been waiting on part 2 from God, trying to make sure that I precisely got these things down. And I got a big old notebook, okay? And I have been writing all of the message that God want me to have, that he want me to teach you guys or tell you guys, okay? So don't think for once that I'm late, because I'm not, all right? I'm not late as far as giving a message. Bella will never be late giving a message. If there's a message to be given, I'm always worried about God's business. It comes first to me in my life. I have nothing else going on, to be honest with you. Now, I really hope that if you are a real twin flame, and I see people on my comment board commenting, I was with a twin flame and we broke up, and okay, Linda. All right. I think that you guys already know, especially, the people that come see me consistently, people that get readings. You guys know what a real twin flame is, okay? You're not going to get with a twin flame and break up. You know what I mean? So don't be discouraged by that bullshit. Those are people that are jumping from reader to reader. Those are not my children, because my children are very smart. Okay, they're very intelligent. You can't pull that, oh, this is a twin flame on their fucking head and they're serving for some damn catalyst. You can't pull that over the people that watch me and really walk with me. Okay, they're very intelligent. They're spiritually educated, so they know better than to be swayed or easily fooled by, the false prophets that are here. There are false prophets here on YouTube that, they're here only for the money and they could care less, they don't have the vision, so how are they going to teach you anything? You understand? So be wary of those individuals, okay? But I'm really worried about the actual twins that are out here that have been serving for a very long time and nothing is happening, okay? And those are the people that are probably not speaking out or saying anything on my comment board, okay? Because real twins are deities. So these real twins will just come through whenever they're feeling discouraged or whenever they feel like, I can't do this no more. I'm over this, okay? And you'll probably do that a million times in your union. Well, not union, ascension. And there's a lot of real twins that I've met over the years, and they still watch me today, okay? So I'm really worried about you guys, and I'm really worried that you get this message. The reason being is because that Deadliest catch that deadline. Hold on, guys. Okay, my fault, y'all, but I'm really worried about the real twin flames around the world. And the reason being is because with that Deadliest catch, that deadline, as far as making it into union, July the 14th, 2023, that's very important for the twins, okay? That's not really going to, that's really not going to be a sanction on, soulmates or divine partners, because we know that they're plentiful. But as far as the actual twins, the deadline was very relevant because as far as the union and the coming together of the twins, it's more so like we're going up as a sacrifice, or we're going up sort of like a global, what's the word I'm looking for? Almost like a global prayer where we're trying to plead with God to spare more time for the planet. Okay, so this is why that deadline is so relevant for the twins, okay? And only twin flames can do this. And the reason why people may say, well, why can only twin flames? Well, the twin flames have the least sin on them. That's why they're able to do that, okay? Real twin flames, a lot of them are set apart, living very lonely lives, in training, and we've been training for this since a lot of us were little girls, okay, so, or little boys, all right? So twins carry the least amount of sin upon them, okay? And together, the union sort of like, since, because only you can do this. And I say, you may say, well, how is it only twin flames can do this? Well, I'm gonna put it to you this way. Let's take those of you, oh, excuse me, this damn acid. I love coffee, y'all, okay? Y'all want to send me some coffee? Y'all can get on my, right up under the video, there's my Amazon wish list. You can hit that. I'll put some coffee on there, but I like strong coffee. My brother laughs at me. He's like, what kind of coffee you want? I said, I want the Death Wish one. And he said, oh, well, they made a new one with espresso in it. I said, well, yeah, give me that one and the regular one. Because I always make my coffee super strong. Like super strong, because I have such low energy. I'm constantly moving energy around all day long. But anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there because I'm drinking my coffee and I'm burping at the same time. Anybody that knows me, you've been with me for a while, Bella got acid reflux. Her ass be burping to death, but she get the message through. All right, so why is it only that twin flames could send up this prayer? Well, twin flames are the only ones that went through something that we can't even find the words to express. You having a boyfriend Okay, a regular boyfriend, soulmate, even a karmic soulmate. While those relationships are strong, they're strongly rooted in envy, jealousy, grief, all of the fleshly sins. Twin flames, they have never been together, so they're like brand new babies. They carry a glory and an anointing on them so strong because it's a sacrifice to God. We don't want to be single. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to be single, but a lot of us have learned that we're not treated the same way as, say, a regular person. We can't go out there and just have any kind of relationship that we want. Those relationships are usually forbidden for us. The only relationships that we're ever able to get into is karmic soulmates. And these karmic soulmates come along at critical points in our life only to clear karma to make it necessary for the two twins to come together. You understand? To become whole. So the humility that is placed upon the real twins, the pressure, the amount of squeezing, I'm trying not to cry because this is heavy shit. Like, you will never understand this, but the amount of pressure, the pressure cooker, probably should have named it the pressure cooker, because the amount of pressure that's placed on you from something that you would look at like, well, I don't see why it's affecting that person if they've never had sex with this individual or if they've never been with this person, and then I've heard people say, why do you chase it? Why don't you just let it go? If we could let this thing go, we would. Like, what's wrong with you? You think that we're crazy? Like, we want to be in something, so sacred, so humiliating. It's very humiliating, okay? And I think that this is what causes a lot of the twins to fall out and get into arguments, because we're walking so long towards one another, and when we get in a place, there's still that invisible wall, and it begins to frustrate you after years of it. Real twins, the ascension takes years. This is not, and it's sad because so many people, false prophets, false people, are getting in this journey and trying to dumb it down because they didn't had a crush on somebody for 5 years that they never had, and they put that in with the actual twins, and it's not the same. It's disgusting almost, because it's like, it's a disrespect to the humility and the training that the twins actually went through. It's a real disrespect to us, because it's very humiliating, and it's not something that we would choose to do. Like, you don't choose a twin flame. You don't pray for twin flame. Like, you have to either be appointed and anointed or not. It's one or the other. You're not like, and the crazy thing is, when I seen Alpha the other day, actually a week now, last Friday, today's Friday again. Oh, listen, Linda, the look on his face. Oh, if I could have just took a picture and captured that moment. He was terrified. I mean, like, oh, Jesus, help me, Lord. Help me get this message through to these people. He was terrified, okay? And this is a very strong man, God-led man. Like, this is a very strong individual, but you cannot make this shit up. This is a man I've known since I was 13 years old. He's 6 years older than me, okay? But the terror in his face when we came face to face after not seeing each other for a year, it was humiliating. It was like, I'm laughing because all I can hear in my ears is when I would look at him and be like, he need to die. and people laughed at that, but you don't understand that. You don't have words for this shit. Like, you don't, it's sickening. Like, listen, I probably never have argued with God more in my life than through this ascension process. Like, I've told God he's sick. I'm like, this is sick and twisted. Like, what is your purpose for this? This is sick. Like, this is This is different. Like, what are you doing? Like, I'm serious. Like, I'm talking about when God takes you to the brink of death and you know it's God. And I'm going to tell you how you know it's God. First of all, there ain't going to be nothing you can do to put it together. That's number one. Okay? Just walk away from it and get with someone else. Oh, we tried that too, Linda. Okay, if you think the twins have not tried that, oh, that's all we've been trying to do the whole ascension is walking away and getting with other people. Okay, and we don't have partners available to us the way a normal person would. You understand? We don't put this thing together. Ooh, it's like being wrung out. Like, okay, imagine like the old time washers when you would wash clothes and you would have to squeeze and twist and just wring that thing out to where there was no water before you hang it. Because if you hang it and there's still water and it's going to get crunchy and hard and smell like mildew. So the wringing out that twin flames go through. Oh, Jesus, like the way he looked at me the day that I seen him last Friday, the terrification that was written all over his body. It was in his walk, it was in his look, it was in his eyes, it was everywhere. And oh, it made me so upset, y'all. Oh, it made me so upset. I can't figure out if I was upset because I didn't get into union. And I'm saying this now, I hope you're listening, okay? Because I don't speak in vain. So if I'm telling you this, oh, I'm like, what's wrong with my earrings? If I'm telling you this is going to be very relevant to the reading. If you know anything about me, okay? Because I don't care to share this journey. This journey is just too painful for me. It's very sensitive. And I don't like talking about it, even though I'm here only for it. Like, this is my purpose in life. And, oh, Jesus. Anyway. The terrification that went through his body, the look on his face, the deterrence that he tried to create. And my crazy ass is just holding the fucking door to the store like, come on, bitch, you getting in there. You coming in this motherfucker out. What you gonna do, turn around and get back in your truck and ride out? No, you gonna walk through these motherfucking doors. I did not have the same fear on me that he had. And I don't know if I was upset because I was only over there because God sent me over there. Like, I would have never been... Oh, Linda. I would have never been over there had God not said, get up and go. And you watched the reading I did, and that was that clear, divine direction for us twins to get into place. All right? Keep that in your mind. Keep that in your mind, because this is going to be powerful. Let me work up to it, okay? So I'm holding the door, and I'm like, come on, bring your ass, nigga. You got to walk through these doors. You know, I don't have the same fear on me because I did my walk. I've been wrung out already. You understand? So when you've done your walk and you've been wrung out, those fictitious, ego-driven behaviors is no longer a part of your life. Okay? So, for instance, you know those butterflies that you get when you run into your twin? I don't give a shit how long you guys been away from each other. Or you can see that person every day. But you still get these weird... it almost feels like electricity, like you get shocked at first. So whenever the twin comes in close proximity, before you even lay your eyes on this individual, there's some feelings that's going to go through your body right before you actually become face to face with this individual. I finally found out what that was, okay? I found out what that were, all right? What that were is, what that is undealt with triggers, undealt with behaviors. That's insecurity still on you, still questioning whether this is real or not. A fear that it's all in my head. What if I'm wrong? What if I get rejected? You know, it's all in your head. That's how you feel. And that's what creates that fear when you see that person. So when I was face to face with him, I held the door open. He was terrified. I'm like, come on, bring your ass. You gotta walk through these fucking doors. He comes to the door. I said, give me a hug. And he hugged me back. And I hugged him simply because I wanted to transfer at that moment to let him know I understand that feeling. That's what I've been trying to tell you for years, nigga. I wanted him to catch it. Sadly, he didn't, because of what the fuck came out of his mouth. Okay, I'm not going to say everything about that event, all right? I'm just going to say this. I'm only going to take the parts that's necessary. I walked out of that store depleted, done, did a motherfucker. Ready to go to war, angry as all hell. And I said, fuck this shit. I'm going to go after those options you keep throwing in my face. Because, see, my twin has this thing about him where he's one of the most gorgeous people I've ever seen in my life, okay? But, and this is why I tell you that this is not the same as having a crush on someone, because they actually feel the same way. My twin feels the same way about me. And the reason I know is because he always tells me about these fucking options, these invisible options that pop up in his head. You can have any nigga you want. You know, yeah, you got all them options. You with all them guys. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you seeing in your head? Like, it frustrated me because I know that it's insecurity that's undealt with. So, and listen to me very closely, and consider yourself lucky that Bella's even sharing this with you, because I don't talk about my union or my twin, okay, at this vulnerable stage, but I don't have a choice. God said I only used it for your people, not for you. That's the thing with twins. That's the things you have to understand, is that this twin flame journey is not just for you. It is for the people around you that are watching. It's very embarrassing to me. It's embarrassing to me being a teacher, being this far up. I'm walking in my gift. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do in my journey. Only to run smack into him, and I can see that he gave up on love. Okay? Meaning that he's still a bit insecure that he could lose me. That's very hurtful. That's I think that's the most devastating part of this whole journey. And it's the same thing that happened to me in 2021. He didn't reject me or say anything rude to me. And if, like I said, if you people were there watching this, you'd be like, Bella, what is it that's making you freak the fuck out like that? Why do you keep saying you're done? He didn't say anything. What is wrong with you? What's making me freak out and what's making me upset is that I've walked all this time, pressed beyond measure. I mean, beyond measure. Lupus on me, Crohn's disease, acid reflux, being plagued by boils. I'm just keeping it 100 with y'all, okay? I mean, completely to the ground. No money at all coming in. Can't go out get another job. That being shut off. Losing my nursing license. Having went homeless. Sitting with felonies on me. I've walked all of this time. And after all this time, I've never touched you. I have never touched you. There has never been an accidental sex scene, accidental date. Never. And I'm still all in. And you cannot see that shit. You got the nerve to ask me, how do you love me and you've never been with me? This is what the fuck he said out of his mouth. You got all those other niggas that you could be with. You know you want those other niggas. Same shit he told me 12 years ago. When Essentia was in the beginning. Oh. Devastation at its best. That's devastating. Because I'm looking back like, bitch, do you know what I had to go through to get here? Do you have any idea? The nights I cried, begged God to get me out of this motherfucker. Tried to cut the cord myself. They wrapped that bitch around my neck. Do you know how much you cost? Like, and only a real twin flame could understand this. You gotta be out of your fucking mind if you think Bella Dutch, the Bella Dutch, who could have any motherfucker she wants. Literally. I have the power of influence. I could have any man you put me up against. If you think that I am blindly chasing a motherfucker I got a crush on, you're sadly mistaken. And when I hear my twin flame talk like that, it's devastating. It is devastating. Because it says to me, oh my God, he stopped living. That's what it looks like when you find out that you got a twin flame and you don't know how to separate and still go through your karmic soulmates. That's what it looks like. Left behind. That's what it looks like. It looks like immaturity, non-growth. Like, motherfucker, is you out of your... You throwing up some other niggas. I'm sitting here looking like, bitch, what is wrong with you? Are you here with me? This is the reason why I tell you twins out there, it is not wise to cut off the karmic soulmates. It's not wise to do so. And only real twins know this. You know what I'm talking about when I say cut them off. You're jealous because he's dating someone at the time. So you go in spirit and cut that bitch off. And then she automatically break up with this man. Don't do that. And I've done that before. Because he done it to me. So I was trying to fuck him up. You know, I'm aggressive. So when he did it to me, I'm like, oh, you fucking with my little soulmates and shit, nigga. I'm about to fuck your shit up. So we did that to one another. But he stagnated. This beautiful specimen of a fucking man. Beautiful motherfucker. Refused to let any other woman in. And he's still not healed. That fucking... Oh. Linda. I gotta pause for a minute. Give me a second. I'm back, y'all. But now that I have gotten rid of all the naysayers, all the little bullshitters. Because, you know, the bullshitters are not going to watch all the way up to 32 minutes. Let's get into the real meat and potatoes. Twins. Because I know that you're the only ones still listening. Because you're the only ones that can relate to me. Okay. After I walked out of that store, I was done. I was done. I wanted out of it. I'm done, Lord. Kill the contract. I can't do this. I can't walk another fucking year waiting on this motherfucker to grow up. I can't do it. I was done. For about 3 days. And on the third day, I'm crying. And God said, do you know that there's still twins out there that are looking up to you? They expect you to win. Is this what you're going to show them? That you give up? Where has your countenance fallen? Let's talk about it. And I said, I don't want to talk no more, Lord. Because I don't feel this is real anymore. And you twins, you know what I'm talking about. When you start to feel like, maybe I imagined this. Because we don't never have no real proof. The real proof is inside of you. It's in the walk. There's nothing tangible there that you could be able to say, this is really a twin flame. Like, there's not one thing that you can point out and say, now I know it's a twin flame. No. You'll be looking forever. And you could ask God until you're blue in the face with no answer, no prevail. Nothing. The only proof that you'll have after asking God is that after you done threw your tantrum, after you done got upset, a few days a hit, and all of a sudden you're back on board, walking again. That's it. That's the only proof you have. You don't have nothing tangible because God is not going to forfeit your union just to stroke your ego. And that's what it is. Stroking of the ego. What would you have God to do to prove that this is your twin flame? Well, maybe if you let him call me on the phone and say, yeah, I feel the same thing and I'm twin flames. Well, if he does that, then you'll run the risk of now tainting the union because you'll acknowledge one another. And we already know how high that energy is. This is the reason why spirit don't make a mistake and, have you both in the same vicinity where you could actually accidentally have sex or anything like that. They make sure they're very strong with making sure that the circumstances are not right for you to, I'm telling you, I'm keeping 100. My twin sees me as beautiful as I see him. So if we would have been in the same vicinity alone, Linda, this twin flame union would have been fucked, okay, Linda? Listen. Would have been fucked. On to my message. There are a few steps that God would like us to take, twins. And I didn't understand why he waited so long, because I thought it would come in March, because the Deadliest catch came in March. It came around the middle of March. Part 2. It's just now getting here. It's the 21st of April. We got a deadline July the 14th. So I have been fighting with God and telling him, Lord, you have to give us the next steps because we're running out of time. And we all know that if we hit July 14th and we're not in union, then we've already failed because that's what God said, right? Okay, well, let me just break this down to you. If March 14th hit and you're not in an actual relationship, it does not mean you lost at all. It doesn't mean that you've lost at all. Granted, you took these steps. And these steps are very important. So get your notepad and get your pencil, pen, whatever you write with. And I need you to write these down specifically. And it's not going to be relevant to anyone that's not twins. Okay? Because you're not going to understand the grand humility that goes with being twins. So the first step that God said is, number one, I want you to tell the twins to make sure that they hit their knees and they ask me, is this theirs? Is this my twin flame? Is this real? That's the first thing you should do. Okay. Now, I don't know how you're going to pray, I have already prayed. I think I've been praying the whole 10, 12 years. Is this mine? I've been asking the whole 12 years. But going to do it again. First things first is your ass, is this mine? The second thing you'll do is I want you to get up and I want you to wash your face. And washing your face is indicative of releasing all of your past behaviors that you went through with your twin, with other relationships, letting it all go. Okay? When you're done washing your face, you should not look like what you've been through. Okay? This is the preparation. And with that, washing your face, you want to put on a fresh perspective, better attitude, a new attitude. All right? You shouldn't have any anger about this process when you get in front of your twin. As I stated, that it shouldn't look like you've been through what you've been through. Okay? So make sure your face is washed. Make sure you're letting go of your past. Releasing the past. The next thing that you're going to need to do is you're going to need to prepare your home. Prepare yourself. Because a lot of twins have been single for a very long time. A long time. So you're not even really in position to receive what it is that you're asking. Okay, so you need to look around your home, and you need to see and make sure that you're ready for a husband of such caliber to come to you. You don't want to wait until you actually get the man to start getting ready. So that means get up, get off your lazy ass, and get to cleaning your home. Get to preparing your home. All right, you will not have time to rush around and throw shit up under the bed and up under the couch. No. Just get rid of it altogether. So if you need to start throwing some shit out to make room for this person, you got to do what you got to do. Okay? Some of you hoarders, you know, I got a lot of shit. I'm looking around. I got all these shoes and fucking purses and shit. I'm probably going to give it to the Goodwill or some shit. I don't know. I'm going to get rid of half of this shit in this house because, this is very serious, and it's coming. And it's something that I thought about when God asked me, why to have your countenance falling? You know, show me where you laid it down. Well, what made you so upset about that conversation? And then God had to give me a reality check and said, well, Bella, if I had turned Alpha towards you, and he said, yeah, you know what? I love you. I want to be with you. You're right, this is our union, we got to get going. What you would have done? And I had to think about that because my house still ain't ready. Now, y'all don't know that, but I know that. My shit is not ready. I'm not in a position to where I would be able to say, welcome him in. I'm still stressed the fuck out about this money and you know, there's just still stressors on me. And like with any relationship, you have to be prepared to carry you and the man. I'm not saying you got to pay all the bills. I'm saying, Linda, that you need to be prepared to have a relationship. If you can remember your last relationship, that the person lived with you, that's something that you got to prepare for. It's a sacrifice. It's not about everything that you want. You got to prepare your life for that. All right? So God says, make sure you tell them that they need to prepare themselves, prepare their home for that which they ask me of. Now, the next thing that I'm going to tell you, and this is very careful, you need to really listen to this. The next thing that God said is that I need you to tell them to get in position. Now, what do you mean, Bella? Okay, Linda, here we go. Ready? Every twin has a certain place where they would always run into their twin. With me, it's in our childhood neighborhood. Okay? At a specific store. I don't know where yours is. You would know that. You know where you always run into your twin at. You might run into your twin walking up the street every day. Okay? You might run into your twin, you know, going to the local gym. I don't know. You know where the place is. But God says get in the place. Okay? Now, I need you to understand that. That same place where it started is where the blessing is going to come from. Okay? And you might say, Bella, because I did that, girl, and I'm Linda. And I went through what you went through, and he rejected me, and I'm not doing that no more. Well, then that's on you. I'm telling you what God spoke. Okay? Now, when you get to the place, this is the important part, because this is where Bella fails all the time. You want to be better than your teacher. All right? Be better than me. I'm a ratchet ass fucking ghetto motherfucker. Linda. I'm a gangster. You know what? Part of my gangster attitude comes from the fact that my twin hasn't cleansed half of himself, okay? So I gotta carry all this fucking shit by myself. So I got this ADHD, LMNOP type of shit on me that makes it impossible for me to be calm, okay? Because I'm carrying the brink of this union by myself because he's not cleansing properly. So what he doesn't cleanse, I have to cleanse. We are one whole. All right, so anyway, we're well past that point, all right? So if you're listening to this message still and you're getting into position, you're listening to God's steps to getting in position. Once you're at the place, wherever that is, your old neighborhood, the fucking grocery store, wherever you run into him at, Linda, now you need to keep quiet. I fail every time. I'm telling you, I was real. I fail every time. Every time. When Naomi had took Ruth into Boaz's camp, Naomi told Ruth to make herself up and to glean in his garden, in his fields, and to keep her head down. Just glean. And we are a people that we don't trust God. We don't trust that God is going to do what he said he's going to do. So we never get to experience that Ruth and Boaz connection because we're too busy trying to put our own hands in it. And I'm going to tell you, as I've been telling you for the last 8 years I've been here, there is nothing. There is absolutely nothing that you can do to pull this thing together faster. Nothing. Nothing. Take another sip. Nothing, Linda. Nothing. There's nothing you can do. Okay? Now, you're in a place. You run into him. What's that going to look like, Bella? You going to shut up? Be polite. Remember, because your face is washed. You're not holding any grudges from what happened in the past. So that would be like relevant to me, who just got my feelings hurt by this motherfucker last Friday. So let's say that this weekend I run into him. Okay? This weekend I run into him. Instead of initiating a conversation, I won't do that no more. Okay? I'll go in the store. I'll throw up a hand. Like, hey, how you doing? But I'm not going to speak. I'm just going to shut up and I'll wave. And that's it. Be quiet. Be quiet and wait on it. Wait on it. Wait. Okay? Wait. Be vigilant and wait, because God has to be the one to open that door between you and your twin. You can't do this on your own. And one thing, can we be honest, twins? One thing that we have a problem with is trying to shine when it's not time for us to shine. And what I mean is that we try to make ourselves more than what it is. You know? I mean, this is the man that you love or the woman that you love, so you try to be extra. You know what you do. You know I ain't the only one by my motherfucking self trying to be extra. I mean, I used to do it a lot back then, but I don't do it now. So now it's just more so like, I'm like in your face. What's up? You know, that type of attitude. But back in the day, I was wild. I was real wild. I've been through some things with my twin. You know, all the whole heartbreaking, being disrespectful, flirting with other men, you know. I mean, I deserve it when he comes to me and say, oh, you got all these options. I mean, there's a reason he says that, okay? But that's not who I am now. I'm 40 years old. I'll be 41 this summer. You'll be 47. We were 20. I was 27. What, 28, 27? I was 27, 28 when this shit started. And you were, what, 35, 34? So, that's not who I am no more. I've grown since then. So you're getting in a place. You're keeping your mouth shut. You're not initiating anything. You're just simply waiting on God. Be vigilant. Just watch. All right? God will open the door, and you will see when the door is open. But you do not want to shine when it's not your time. You don't want to shine. You don't want to put the spotlight on yourself. Okay? The Bible says, he who findeth a wife find a good thing and finds favor with the Lord. Not she who findeth her husband. And I got a problem with that because I am a natural hunter. By nature, I'm a Leo. So by nature, I'm a fucking predator. That sounds terrible. But it's true. I'm telling you. It's true. Okay? I have never been attracted to men that fell into my hands like putty. Never all of my life. I've always hunted what I wanted. You know what I mean? But now God doesn't want that. That's not proper order. So when it comes to twin flame, he has to choose me. And he's only going to choose me when God puts that battery in him to say, wake up. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not going to be because I'm trying to outshine the girl next to me at the same register, or, I'm trying to, blast my music all loud with our favorite song on it. None of that bullshit. You're not going to do any of that. Be full of humility. Just be quiet. Make sure your face is washed, your house is in order. Okay? I'm telling you, the faster you get this done, the faster you'll get in the union. I promise you. I think I'm going to have the hardest time doing this because I'm over this nigga. I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it so real with y'all. I heard him. I heard God. Yes, I heard you, Jesus. Yes. Hallelujah. Amen. Thank you. Draw the cross on yourself. Yes, I heard you. But I'm over him. I'm over this bullshit because I'm frustrated. But I would imagine that that's exactly where God wants you. And you might say, well, why does he want it there? Listen, I've questioned God for years. What are you doing? You're killing the good part of me. You're killing my desire, my passion, everything that makes a relationship thrive. You're killing that. That shit is going out the window. Now it's replaced with anger. I don't want to deal with that motherfucker. But God knows what he's doing ultimately. God's trying to get all of you out of this situation. Okay? He's trying to make that statement stand. What God has put together, let no man put asunder. The shit that people keep throwing up because they done randomly married some motherfucking nigga to talk nice to you. 2 years later, you're fucking getting a divorce. I thought it was God sent. Oh, well, girl, because, okay, Linda. Maybe you should have waited on God. Okay? And what God put together, you cannot do yourself. So this twin flame thing is a godsend. Truly it is. Because this is not something a human can do. At all. And he's going to take you to the brink of death when it comes to this. I mean, literally. I'm not going to tell you it's easy because that would be a lie. It's going to take you to the brink of death. It's going to look impossible. All right? You're probably going to reject each other. Probably fucking get restraining orders on one another. I mean, depending on how hard you go. Because some twins really have a hard time separating when it's time to go through that ascension. A lot of you do. A lot of you. Okay? A lot of you are not going to make it into union. You're not. It's just too much. It's difficult. Okay? For those of you that can't seem to make it, there's walk-ins available. Hit me up, Allseeingeyetarot, gmail.com. What do you mean walk-ins? What? I can have a replacement? Yes. If you're a real twin. Okay? Because one being can't make it into union. Listen, it's difficult. It's very difficult, especially depending on the template you incarnated on. What belief system did you come in under? Like, what's your family? What type of family did you come in under? That all plays a factor in making sure that you can succeed with a union. It's hard. It's very difficult because he's going to take you to the brink of death. He's going to kill everything inside of you that is fleshly, okay? The ego, the sexual desire, all of it's going to be dead before he puts you in union. I promise you. It's going to be dead. It's going to be so far dead, you're going to be like, think Lazarus dead. Okay? Think little girl grievously vexed with the devil. That's dead. Okay? Dead. You remember how Jesus didn't get there for 3 days and shit after they dead? Dead. That dead. Okay? Dead. No heartbeat. Over. Done. Impossible. God is grandiose in the way that he does things. So God makes sure that you have an audience when he does it, you know? He wants to make sure that this is impossible, you know, and it's going to look impossible. So, you know, if you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, then you're going to be embarrassed as all hell because it's going to look dead. It's going to look like you're a false prophet, like you lied. It's going to look that dead, okay? So it's going to look so damn dead, you're going to think that you convinced yourself to walk these 10, 20 fucking years. It's going to be dead, okay? I'm telling you. I'm telling you what it is. This is the truth. But if you don't believe me, you should not just take my advice, okay? You should hit your knees and you should ask for yourself. Because every time I think it's time to go into union, God says, what are you crying for? You know I have to do this. You know I have to do this. And I'm like, but why do you have to do it? Because you still desire to put your hands in it. That's why I have to do this. You're still trying to make it happen your own way. And you don't understand. This is not what you put together. Okay? So you might as well kill all that. Be yourself. Be yourself. Wash your face. Don't try to outshine him. Don't try to outshine anyone. Okay? You trying to outshine or... let me tell you something. I'm going to help a lot of you right here. When you're around your twin, do you hide the ugly part of you? Like, I got this thing, you know. My twin hates cigarette smoke. And I still smoke cigarettes. I'm going to keep it real. But when I'm around this motherfucker, I make sure I got cologne, perfume and shit on, trying to hide that shit. Like, what the fuck are you doing, Bella? Why are you hiding that shit? You know, like, it's little shit like that. Are you still hiding shit? Well, if you're still hiding shit, then you're still not ready. It's little things like that. The God says, you're still hiding that you smoke. Why don't you just quit altogether? I don't want to quit. I like smoking cigarettes. That's what the fuck I'm gonna do. Shit. Fuck him. He shouldn't smoke so much weed. He telling me about cigarettes. He's buying a big ass fucking case of blunts. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Well, that just helps so I don't have to keep coming here. Well, that's a lot of weed you smoke, motherfucker. How many is in them wrap things? A case of this man, listen, Linda. Anyway, I'm just not, at the end of the day, dead. Stinketh dead. Don't try to put it together yourself. Don't put your hand in it. Don't try to be something that you're not. So if you're trying to sit there and just hide your real shit and trying to be something that you're not, oh, you got a long way to go, baby. I'm telling you, I said dead. I said dead. I said look impossible. Turn him the fuck all the way off with you. Who you are. Okay? Because that's when God's going to step into it. When he's completely turned off, don't have no intentions of ever being with you. You absolutely disgust him. He disgusts you. Okay? This does not look possible. There's no way. I would never choose him. He's disgusting to me. You know, I'm dead. That type of dead. And when it gets to that point, then that's when God says, let me work it. Let me work it. Let me show you what I do. And it's like, God damn, you put this together in 6 seconds and it took me 30 years to fucking go through this ascension. You know, like you did this in 6 seconds, but it took me 30 years. The will is something, the will of, you know, human will it's, ooh. So there you have it. That's part 2 of the Deadliest Catch. Make sure you get it together. You might say, well, how long do we have to do this, Bella? Listen, Linda, I already told you that. July 14th, 2023. It's April 21st. May, June. And if you make it to July 14th and you ain't in union, then you ain't did those steps I just gave you. What was that, 7 steps? Shame on you. Hit the Cash App. Allseeingeyetarot. The money sign Allseeingeyetarot on Cash App. I greatly appreciate it. If you're going to PayPal, Allseeingeyetarot at Yahoo. Make sure you put friends and family, because I'm not selling you shit. That's the donation center. Okay? If you want to book a reading, hit me up at allseeingeyetarot at gmail.com. All right? I'm still trying to prepare for this weekend because I don't know what Spirit has planned. I didn't have any intentions on hearing bad news. And if you listen to my weekend, my, what was it? The weekend. I believe that was the weekend I did. This weekend. Choose your weekend. I think it's over on The Bella Dutch. If you have not went over there to check that out, go head over there and check that out. I think I have to upload this on both channels because I did the Deadliest catch on both channels. So this is going to be part 2. The steps to union. So I'm going to put the steps to union. I'm going to word it that way. All right. Yeah. That's how I'm going to hit it. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. May you do everything that I told you. Do it. Trust it. Let me know how your journey is. Until next time. Make sure you hit the like button, all right? Wipe your feet when you walk through my door. That's indicative of hitting the like button, making sure you're subscribed, making sure your notification bell is pressed on both channels, because you never know where I'm uploading this. All right? Until next time, thank you guys.